goods. So a good is inferior if demand for that good, or the optimal choice of that good, decreases when income increases, and vice versa. So notice that, or it's important to note that a good doesn't have to be like inferior for all income levels or anything like that. Whether it's inferior or not can depend on what income level it is. So maybe at low levels of income, a good is normal. You know, the text gives this example of bologna. So with low levels of income, if your income goes up, you purchase more bologna. But all of a sudden, if your income keeps going up and up and up, this good becomes an inferior good. That is, if your income keeps going up, eventually start consuming less bologna as your income increases. Or think about Spam or ramen or something like that. Whereas when you have low levels of income and your income goes up, you start to buy more ramen. But then as your income gets higher and higher, you might start cutting back on how much ramen you buy. So let's just make sure we note that. Note that whether a good is inferior or not can depend on level of income, on income level. We could have a good that is inferior for low levels of income, or let's say for high levels of income, just to go with that example I was giving, for high levels of income, but normal for low levels of income. That's what's say income. For example, we could think of ramen. Here's the amount of good 1, the amount of good 2. And again here, the change in the demand for one of the goods in income should be less than 0 for the good to be inferior. So let's say this is the original amount of each of the goods. And let's give the optimal quantity is x1 star and x2 star. And then let's say income goes up. So here's the new budget constraint. And we have this other optimal bundle like this. x1 star star, and then over here is x2 star star. So notice that the amount of good 1, the optimal amount of good 1 went up when the income went up, when M increased and shifted out this budget constraint. But the optimal amount of good 2 went down. So here, good 2 is inferior. Whereas good 1, oops, supposed to be a delta, all over the place now. The change in the amount of good 1 from a change in income is greater than 0. So good 1 is a normal good. And good 2 is inferior. So this is what inferior good looks like. And so with this in mind, we can apply this, this relationship, or we can map out this relationship between income and the demand, the optimal choice for different incomes level of each of the goods to form the income offer curve. And we can use that then to graph the relationship between income and the demand for that good to get what we might call the angle curve.